Hello, Midnight Coders, and welcome to the weekend. So, today we are going to be picking up where we left off with our RuneHero bot. For those of you that are just tuning in and are not too sure what that is, it is a RuneScape-inspired RPG Discord bot. You can explore Gielinor like never before. You can traverse the land through the use of embed messages, buttons, and select menus. This has been in development for since like late 2022-ish. I have I've been on and off working on it over the last couple of years, and it wasn't until this past November where I got a little bit more serious about doing some work on it and actually working on the bot. Sorry about that. Choked on air. So this project was just a fun little bot to sort of explore RuneScape because I'm a little bit of a RuneScape fan. So last time we were picking at the smithing and smelting. We were picking at the blacksmith skill. So in today's video, we're gonna pick that up and see if we can wrap up adding in the ability to smelt bars in or smelt ores into bars, and then make the bars into equipment or tools or whatever metal objects. So let's go and see where it is that I left off, because I don't even honestly fully remember. So let's well, first off, let's pull this up and take a look and see what exactly RuneHero is. For those of you that don't know what it is, that may be tuning in for the first time, you can use Discord bot /myhero to bring up your hero's embed message. From here, you can check out your profile, which gives you information about your hero. You can check out the status of your work. None of us want to work on the weekend. I can go to the skills tab and check out my skills that I have, the levels, the experience, yada yada, goodness. I can check out my backpack and see what I've got. So in here, I've got some pikes, I got a bronze bar. Okay. I wonder if I crafted that or if I just gave myself that. We'll have to find out, see if we can smith. So I can also check out my gear to see what I am wearing right now. And as you can see, I'm set up for a little bit of a ranger account. So I can choose down here whether or not I want to equip new items, which I have nothing to equip, or I can select what I want to unequip. That was in a previous video that we did before the blacksmith. So now if I click on explore, it takes us into the land of Gielinor, or wherever we were last at. My case, I was in Lumbridge. I believe I was fishing, doing something. So let's, because I totally forgot already, let's check out my, casket. Let's check out my backpack, and I want to see if I have a pickaxe. I do not have a pickaxe, so I'm going to go buy a pickaxe. And then I'm going to see about getting a copper ore and a... Okay, so let's go spend money. Explore. I'm going to go into the markets, because these are the different stores that are available to us. I'm going to go pop into Bob's Axes. In here, I can see the different items that I am able to purchase. So I am going to get myself a pickaxe. So we'll buy... I think I can use an iron pickaxe. Alright, so now we're going to explore. We're going to go mine. I'm going to mine some copper. Chippity chip. Let me go. Chop, chop, chop. I hope it's off to work we go. Alright, so I got 2 copper. Now I'm going to come back. I'm going to mine again. I'm going to grab 2 tin. Hi ho, hi ho. Currently I grabbed 3. So now if I hit smelt, I should be able to smelt a bar. I can make bronze bars with what I have, so this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. The code's working. If I choose that, I have made the bar. Ooh, casket. So as you can see, we used up 1 of our copper, 1 of our tin, and now we have a bronze bar. So smelting seems to be working fine. So now the next thing that we need to do is I need the ability to go. Does the general store have a hammer? It does have a hammer. So I'm going to purchase a hammer, hit explore, and I want now to go back to a anvil to do some smithing. And it seems like that is where we stopped and left off at. So in today's video then, I guess that means we're going to go ahead and add in these smithing capabilities. So, all right, let's make me small, get rid of this, bring up here so that we can see things and do stuff and whatnots and thingies. All right, so inside of these, we are inside of the bot. Yes, the bot. So inside of the bot, source, main, Java, Discord, we are going into buttons because we are looking for this is the blacksmith smelt button. I'm gonna have to make another one for the blacksmith smelt smelt button. So let's roll up the old sleeves and make a new file. And this one was blacksmith button. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes absolute sense. Blacksmith Smith. So shift and enter, open that up so I can see what I need to do here. Snag these implements, but I have those interfaces. And now I need to implement methods. Yes. Okay. This is just some redundant stuff that I am doing as I always do, so to speak. And I will explain it in just a second. And that's where I then went through and did some other funky stuff. Okay. Okay. So in here, what I set up here originally is just the fact that I want to check to see if get the button from the event. And if for whatever reason the button is null, which it shouldn't be, but in case it is, we're just going to stop right here and do a fail fast. So next I am grabbing the ID from the string, and we need to get the proper button. So if I come back to where is it that adds the Smith button? Okay, so this button here is named Select Skill Smithing. So I'm going to copy that guy. And we're going to come back in here so that we can replace this with nothing and then trim off the white space. And that should basically leave us with an ID number. So from here, we then parse it to make sure that this is the ID of the user that the button was created for, which I could probably rename that to something more descriptive, but at the same time, it's only really me that is doing this. Welcome to the chat, dude. So yeah, I could rename this so that it's a little bit more descriptive. ID of user, ID of button owner. So this is the ID of the person that the button was created for. So now I do here a quick little check to see if the person that created the button, or the person the button was made for, is in fact the person who clicked on the button. Then this is where we handle some magic. So in our case, we need to I gotta make some comments in here so I know what the hell I'm doing. So we are going to I need a way to get so I want a way to get the available bars that we created, which I don't even remember where what package I stored those in. Smithing activity, no. Sorry guys, just give me a second to find this. There we go, metal bars. Okay, so smithable items. I need a way to figure out which item it is that I'm going to make based off of the bar that I have, because we already have, sorry, this is the, oh my god. So smithable metals is what I'm looking for, because I want to be able to find out whether or not I'm making a bronze whatever. So in my case, I want to get a list. I want to be able to tell, okay, I have a bronze bar, so I want a way to return a smithable metal based off of the metal bar that goes in, which in my case, I'm going to get the item ID from here to compare it to the item IDs that I have in my actual inventory. So if all that makes absolutely no sense to you, congratulations, we're in the same boat. So we're going to come in here and we're going to get rid of this. So I need a way to say smithable metals dot yeah, okay. So I need to come into smithable metals and I need to create myself a method in here which is going to return me a smithable metal based on a item ID. Yeah. Maybe. Let's see. Let's find out. So this is going to be a public smithable metal. Get smithable metals for our ID. Okay. So now, what do we need to do here? We're going to write this out the hard way, and then we're going to come back and write this out cleaner. So basically, we're going to go over the values. And I'm just going to do a for each. Yeah, I'll just call this metals. Smithable metals, why not? I'm going to call this var. So this is going to be here, and I want to, if the smithable metals dot get bar type dot get bar ID is equal to this, then I'm going to return that. Otherwise, we're just going to continue on, and I'm eventually going to just return null. So this is roughly what I want, I think. If I want to go through each of the values, and I want to see if their bar type happens to be that of the bar ID that I'm passing in. So now in... Does that need to... I don't know. I'll find out. So now in here, we want a way for smithable metals. Got... That's got to be static. Of course it does. I knew I forgot something. No, what am I doing? That's not even... Yeah, no. No, that's not what I want to do. First thing I gotta do is find out which bars they have in there. Okay, do I have a way to do this already? Okay, so... I think that's what I'm looking to do in the short gist of things is I want to be able to get a list of all the metal bars that I've got in my inventory. Then I want to go over each of those. So... Well, there's definitely going to be a better way to do this. So start out with a... yeah, I'll start out with that, I suppose. That's just going to equal a new array list of integers, I think. I believe I want to go with integers here. Because I'm going to say I need the hero's backpack. Get the hero's backpack. Which is the ID as string. Profile. Yeah, is equal to this. Handlebar. Um, So metal bars dot get metal bar by ID. We'll say resource dot get item ID, and this is bar. So if bars are not null, I'm adding the bar to that, but I don't want the bar itself to be added, do I? Yeah, I think I do. So I want to say metal bars dot for each bar. Okay. So add, that is, or selection bar, that is label and then value. Yeah, label and then value. So the label is going to be the bar's name. Okay, cool. We'll just. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's because I didn't specify that this was of type metal bar. There we go. So now bar dot get bar name. I think. Yeah, because this is what I want. Okay. And then honestly, I could just do bar dot name. Sorry, I'm just trying to think in my head about how I want to do this, because this comes up with the label, which is what's viewable in the select menu, and then the value, which is the thing that I look for on the other end. So now I feel like I need to do this, and then add, select a bar to smell, add the options. And now I don't want duplicates in this though. What is a better way to store this so that I can assure that there's not duplicated results? Because bar is not null, and suppose yeah, there we go. Okay, so otherwise this would throw a conniption fit saying that there is duplicated entries, and there can't be duplicated entries. So we're now going to have this to tell us, okay, which bar do you want to smith? And I need to vent dot edit components. Okay, but I first need to Okay, so let's run over this just to make sure I got this right. So if this is me, I'm gonna make a blank list of bars. I'm gonna fetch the player's DTO so that I can get their inventory or their backpack. And loop over each item to see if the item is an instance of resource. I don't think I need this because I think that is a different type of check that I don't need. Okay, so if the bar's not null and the metal bars doesn't contain it, I want to add it. And then I want to create a list of options for which I'm going to loop over the metal bars. And for each bar, create an option. And then I want to take a menu, create a menu. And I'm going to then ask them to select the bar to smelt, not smelt, smith, because we're smithing bars. Then I'm going to add the options that I built. And then I'm going to copy the existing 3 rows of buttons, stick on the select menu, and then return with that. Okay. And this here needs an else, not your interaction. There we go. So now if I rerun the bot, let's try this rerunning the bot thing. And if I pop into Discord, and now if I click on Smith, I don't know if I need to leave it and reload it or not. But if I click on Smith, nothing's going to happen because I didn't add it. Damn it. Okay. So copy this. Go back into Discord, listeners, button listener. Duplicate that, paste this. Smith, rerun. Now let's try clicking the Smith button. We're still getting an error. Okay. I wonder why I'm getting an error. I'm going to rerun this in debug mode. Get rid of my Discord there. And let's do a little debugging. So I'm going to throw a breakpoint up here just because I want to know if this even gets called. If I click Smith, nothing happens. What? Oh my god, you're not doing this again to me. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. It did it to me before. Now it's doing it to me again. So I'm going to run a clean. This thing did this before to me where it didn't recompile when I built it. I had to run a clean and a build every single time I wanted to reboot. Which is looks like that's what's going on right now. Of course it is. Okay, so that's done. So now I'm going to rerun the back end aspect. I'm going to rerun the bot. Okay. Now I'm going to bring up Discord again, and we're going to click on Smith. And now stuff works. Okay, so if I click on Smith again, now I get this option to bring up, and I can make bronze bars. There we go. Voila! And of course, when I select it, nothing happens because I haven't finished that part yet. So, next task is making a select menu for forge smithing. Yeah, it's gonna be a forge smith bar action. And we basically rinse and repeat and do the same thing so that we can now create, or so that then we can then create some more magic. So I want to, for the sake of it, I'm just going to copy paste this and rename this Smith. Done. Sure, add it, fix the date. And today, jeez, time just went. Okay. Speaking about time just going, seems as if my music has also stopped background playing. And it was just a quiet song. All right, so what this one does here, so if we strip copy this, come in here. So we're doing the same idea again. We're stripping down the ID, getting the owner, getting the value, except this one in my case. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so I just put in the, okay. There's a metal bar that I passed in. Metal bars dot, there it is, value of value. Okay. So this is going to be my bar to Smith. And now it's not going to be this stuff yet, because what I need to do now is make a list of Libic. I need oh, first I need to get rid of Discord. Jeepers. There we go. So now in here I need to make sure that I build out a list of things that we can actually smith. So get rid of this. Where to smith is that? Defer you first. Okay, so to do this, I now have a specific bar that I can make. So my next option here is to make a list of, yes, okay. So Barda Smith is Barda Smith. So I want Barda Smith dot not the required items. I thought I had a... No. So what is it that I'm passing in here? Metal bars dot name value. Okay. Now that I have the metal bars value, the smithable items. Okay, so this is the smithable metals that I need to do. For bar ID this. So no, Mike, it's smithable metals. No, I don't want the ordinal. I want bar ID. Okay, so now I know what smithable metals I can make. So now I want to have a basically a var of options. And we'll see what this is going to do. So I want the select option, array list. Yeah. So now I want to say metal option dot get smithable items. Oh, right. So if object is null, I want to dot there we go. All right. So if we're not if we don't have the smithable, if the metals are null, do this, then we're coming down for options, and we're saying for each of these metal items, I want to add the option of smithable item. Axe, bolt, da 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 da. Okay. So this is where I want this to be formatted. Bar to smith dot bar name. Shoot. That's not what I want. Yeah, okay, that's that. Shoot. So, okay, I want Okay, so that should work for that. Um, and what that's going to do is essentially print out bronze whatever. Bronze axe, bronze knife, bronze dagger, bronze this, bronze that, yada yada. So now I'm going to create another select menu. This one is going to be select skill smithing. And this is where we're going to tell you to, okay, import. This is where we're going to tell people to select a bar to smith or an item to smith, add the options, and again, edit components. I'm actually going to steal this from the button because I'm going to do this. There we go. Okay, so that'll take care of that. So now if I rerun this, which I can't just rerun this. So if I clean, build, and run this bot. There we go. Now if I show the bot, click on Smith, you get told you want to pick. If I click on bronze bar, nothing's going to happen. So again, I forgot to copy this. Select menu listener. It's frustrating. Okay, so stop everything again. Clean, build, sip some coffee. Okay, it's built. So now run this, and we click on Smith. Pick a bar to smith. I want to smith a bronze bar. Ooh, and we threw an error. Oh, shoot. That's because... Oh my god, I wish I did not have to do this stupid ass. Okay, we're going again. Clean, build. Okay. Now if I click on bronze bar, nothing. Okay, so this bronze bar, or with fit. Component. What? What's duplicated? Custom ID cannot be duplicated. Which ID is duplicated, though? So let's put a breakpoint on here. Run this again. And now that we're in our debugger, let's take a look and see. Okay, so there's bronze axe, bronze bolts, bronze arrow tips, bronze pickaxe, bronze helmet, bronze plate body, bronze legs, shield, sword, boots, gloves. Okay. So nothing about that is duplicated, and it is giving me exactly what I want. So now, updated rows. Oh, because I have 2 of these. What? Did I really name that the same damn thing? Aww. Um. Curious. Rip build. Aha! There we go. And as you can see, I can now choose what I want to make. Okay, I feel like this needs more information now, such as a level that you need to do it and a bar count, so you know how many bars you need to do it. Okay. That's cool. I move my mouse button from the left to right. That's cool. Talk about distraction. All right, so Okay, so what I want to do is how many bars it costs to make. Oh, jeepers. Oh, this was in smithable metals. Okay, so this would be item dot get amount of bars. There we go. Yeah, I feel like that's better. So now if I stop everything, do a quick clean, quick build. I say quick, but it's not that quick. Ba 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 ba. Okay, so now we rerun this. We rerun the bot. Now I want to say smith. What bar do you want to smith? I want to smith a bronze bar. Select an item. It now tells me the level and the amount of bars that it takes to each item. So my next mission is to click on it. Ooh, 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 this is where design plans come in. Uh-oh. Okay, so now we're all good and fancy, well done, and we're good. What if I was to click on this bronze axe, and I want to make a bronze axe? It should then start going into doing a new smithing activity, which I haven't written yet, but I need to find, I need to, I hate select menus, they're so like, they're so redundant. Alright, so now I need a way to make it so that I can ask. Nope, this is going to be a pop-up. Okay, this is going to be a pop-up model. So if you have more than the required amount of bars, so let's say it requires 1, but I have 2 or more. I need a way so that I can then detect if I have more than the requirement, but I have enough to make more than 1. So like, let's say, for example, there's 2, it requires 2 bars, but I have 3. I clearly have more, but the but like essentially the requirement to modularize or modular the amount that you have, 3 is not going to return 0 as a remainder. It's going to return that there is a 0.1 or 0.5 or a 1. Anyway, it's going to return that there's a remainder. So the next step is to make it so that when we select something, we check to see if we have the required bars to do so. And if we do, proceed, make it, and delete, grab items, give experience, all that fun stuff. However, somebody's been drinking my coffee. I need to go top up the cup. I will be back in just a quick moment. Okay, I am back. Goodness gracious, I am sorry. That took me a quick second, then I had to help my wife move a table. Alright, so let's dive back in. Now that I've got that full cup of coffee. Speaking about the wife was generous enough to get me a nice little coffee mug for Christmas, which is the Midnight Coder. I love it. It's my logo, my icon. I love it. It's now officially my favorite coffee mug I own. That's a lie. The favorite one is the full one. Whichever one is full. So this one is definitely a runner-up. Alright, enough of that. Let's jump back into this. Also, if you're curious to try this game out for yourself, you can join my Discord, the Midnight Coder Discord. And there is a bot zone channel to which you can do /register to get yourself all signed up. And then you can use /myhero to start your adventure. Alright, let's dive back into this. Whoa! Let's not dive back into that. Okay, so for those of you that watched that, oops, totally just opened up my own my private Midnight Coder Discord private chat. Oops. Fuck, I can't even edit that out. Shit. At least nothing critical was said. It was just a conversation about me starting a new podcast. And my buddy Juice having some fish. So, shout out to Juice. Alright, so now when I click on Smith item, say, what takes 2 bears? 2 bears, okay, so bronze helmet. If I have 3 bears and I want to make a bronze, I gotta go into smithing actions. Alright, so we need to go down into game activities, skills, melting activity, and I need to switch this bad boy out, so we're just going to do a little copy paste, and this is going to be smithing activity. So in here we are just going to do a quick little hobble of the date. This is 2026. This is 01 and 10. There we go. So now, smithing, blacksmith, set the object, yes, the owner, the hero, the backpack, this there. This is there, okay, so if the experience is nothing, we're doing this. Hero, if my level is less than the forged bar. Okay, so forged bar. This is where it gets fun. So it's not the metal bar that I'm doing, it's the smithable metals that I'm going to have in here. Yeah. So let's change these out to smithable metals. And let's make this... What? Metals. Jeepers. Sure, we'll do that. Okay, so... Get... bar type... Ooh. Ooh. That. Hoot. Oh, there's a pitfall. There's a pitfall. Okay, didn't see this coming. All right. So, the level it requires me to make a runite axe is different than that of the thing that is a runite plate body. Plate body, I believe, requires like 90 something, whereas an axe requires 80. So I have a little issue where I need to. This does not need to be a list of smithable items. This needs to be a map of smithable items with a level requirement. Okay. Okay, so we need to do a little refactoring here, and I need to change this list into that of a hash map so that I can keep a key value pair. The key value pair just being, I wish I could just do pair. Like, Kotlin has a pair. Oh. I could go into my utilities and make a pair, a key value pair. Sorry, guys. A lot of development is not necessarily just sitting here hammering out code. Some of it is thinking and like working out processes. In my case, I'm trying to work out whether or not. Oh, and that's the thing that I was doing in there. Okay, yes. So now I need to come back into where I'm adding. Yeah, this is not that. This is bar to smith dot prefix, isn't it? What? Smithable metals, item prefix. Yeah. Smithable metal item prefix. Oh. What? No. This is smithable items, not smithable metals. That's right. Smithable metals is the metal item. Wait. There it is. Oh my god. Alright. So, yeah. So now we're getting the prefix right, so it should be grammatically correct-ish. Okay, so that was that little sidetracked, because my attention is totally on par. Can I do this better? Yeah, I can make that a fine first. That's what I thought. Okay, cool. So we'll do this. We're going to filter this. We filter this out for that, and then we find first, or else we null out. Yeah. So that's cleaner. In my opinion, it's cleaner. Now, so in here, we're making sure that we have we actually have the level, and then we're seeing if the backpack removed item. So we want to see if we have removed the bar. Oh, it's not the smithable items that I'm looking for. Oh wait, no, it is. I think. Forged bar. Hit bar type. No. Yeah. No. Okay. Brief lion fiddle brig. Okay, so what I need to do here is I now need the bar. So now I need to know the bar. So here I need to vent the not hook. Selected options get first value. Okay, so that's going to tell me that I'm getting the bronze axe. Not necessarily, no, it's not. Instead, this is Smith bar. Yeah, this is going to be this, and then I need to selection. Menus. Yes, that's this guy here. When this one gets selected, I then pull out this metal bar. Okay, so now I need to make a new metal bar selection. So I'm going to copy this guy. Forged item selection. Smith item select. Smith item selection. I'll rename it that because it just sounds better. Okay, so so I can get rid of the smelt bar. So the smithing button brings me to here. This ultimately that sets the menu, this replaces it, this triggers that. Okay. And now I'm in here. This one is setting up this, which doesn't do anything right yet. So it is going to trigger this. Oh. So if I copy this, throw it here, the value this time is going to be, because I am sticking what as the value? Item name. item name is the value, so I can do the same thing. This. And this one is for smithable items. So if I was to put this, this is a smithable item, which is smithable items dot value, and technically I gotta copy that and undo this. Throw that here. Do this, preparing. Okay, so maybe I should do that. Leave that there, preparing to Smith, and then we're going to make a new, this is a smelting activity. I'm looking for a smithing activity. Owner var is going to be this, and then execute. So if I come in here, I have my smithable metals. This is to this. Move item. Oh, right. Forged burr. Forged burr dot burr type dot get burr ID. And we're gonna go with forged burr dot forged burr. Oh, this doesn't. Okay. Oh, it is that. Okay. Okay, so forged burr dot burr type. I thought this was. Thought I had a way to get. So if I go into here and and if I pop into here, amount of burrs, smithable items. This is supposed to be smithable items, I think. Yeah, smithable items, smithable items. Okay, so I am doing this wrong. Okay. So for that, I'm gonna need to. So forge bar is a smithable item. Smithable item is this, but I don't know. Because ultimately what I'm trying to do here is I want to remove get amount of burrs. This one here I want to be the boost amount, no. So I need this to be the oh yeah, right, value. This is the smithable item name here for the value. So this is the smithable item. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. So that's what I need to do here. There. And now I can come back in here. This is still a smithable item. Okay, so maybe I'm going to be putting this back the way it was. Where was I? Da-da-da-da-da. Put you back to smithable metal. No, you can't be smithable metals. Shoot. Okay, okay. So... No, it's not metal bars. Smithable metals. For bar ID. Which is going to actually value S bar copy selected bar dot bar type dot bar ID. This is, I think. Nope, it's not metal. That's going to be metal. Smithable items. Smithable metals. I'm getting myself so confused right now. Okay. Get out of there. Smithable metals. Yeah, okay. What am I looking to do? I want to know if my level is appropriate for the selected level. So I need... You don't have level. Should have a level. Should have a level. And this one would be metals dot get bar type dot get bar ID. So I'm looking to remove this bar, this amount, with a bomb. Okay, and that's just trying to remove the second one, which up top is going to take care. So now we're adding blacksmithing experience to metals dot get base XP removed. Or yeah. There we go. There we go. If I leveled up, congratulations. And if I've added an item, ooh. So this is where it takes the selected item. Okay. Yeah. This is the to-do bit that I need to do. We're coming down, and if we can add the item, which is that of whatever it is that we've just smithed. Which would be forged bar. Okay. So metals is this. Okay, so when I select, oh my god, I'm getting so far out of here. So Smith bar selection. I want to choose these ones here, and I'm setting up the item name. The item being that of the selectable item. Okay, but that's not what I want to do. I want to know which specific item it is that I am making. Oh, that's going to be hard. This is going to require a design change. So the idea here, 'cause these are two different things. This is not just like a rune bar, iron bar, this, that. This is essentially passing in an item. And then I'm coming into the smithing item, which is taking that selected item from the value, which is a smithable item.name. So it's only coming into smithable item.name. So I'm getting one of these. This is what I'm building. Something this. The thing that I need to know the smithable metal. Okay. I really wish I didn't just do this off the cuff. I really wish I sat down and wrote this out on paper. That being said, this is stretching up to an hour and a half. I might do some of this off paper so I can, or off screen, just on paper, so I can hash out the details. But I am attempting to. This option is doing this, and I'm sticking this in for here, and there are different options. And the option is of this with the value of smithable item enum name. And then I'm grabbing the smithable items, which is just returning this, but I don't need that as my activity. So when I come into here, I would rather have this be some kind of a combination. I'm going to need some kind of a change this up so that it's like something plus something, or something concatenated with something, so that I can parse it back. And because ultimately I want to know what metal and what item it is that I select. Was it a bronze axe? Or because like right now it's just telling me I selected axe. I don't know if it was bronze axe, rune axe, Yama axe. I don't know what kind of axe it is. So I need to find a way that I can pass in this, some symbol, like maybe a pipe, and then this, so that way I can separate those when I come into this activity, or when I come into the item selection part here, I can then say, okay, I want the value that I'm going to steal here. Maybe I want to then split it where the pipe is, so that I can have smithable metal, smithable item, so that then I can come down here, set the activity up for this. Yeah, and I need to figure this out. I got to go pen to paper and kind of think this through and figure out what I want to do. So that is going to be my mission for the day, is to figure out what this is going to do. And then tomorrow morning, when I pick up the, when I go live tomorrow morning, because I'm going to be going live at my normal time tomorrow. Today was a weird sort of experiment. So tomorrow when I go live, we will pick up from here, and I'll have a better game plan of what I'm doing for figuring out how we're going to do some metal bar smithing. So make sure, if you haven't already, to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications to get notified when I go live, and make sure that you have that curiosity open. Keep your skills sharp, and I'll catch you in the next